pink champagne. I'm totally vibing. It's true what they say. It's all about timing.
Hi guys, C Chronicles here. Welcome to Unscripted, and this is Western Wednesdays, where I bring you a cluster of fragrances in one sitting. Today we're going to focus on the Elizabeth Taylors, right? So I'm going to give you 10 within my collection. I know it's a house that keeps on giving, but I do have 10 and I thought that's decent enough for me to make a video. So if you're new here, guys, please consider subscribing. I post vlogs as well as fragrance reviews. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continued support. Also, shout out to everybody who's supported this channel thus far. I am humbled. Thanks to each and every one of you who subscribed, who likes, who comments, who makes sure to sit and watch my content. Without you guys, this channel wouldn't even make sense. Now let's go straight to number one, guys, of the Elizabeth Taylors within my collection. The first one is going to be Passion. Now this fragrance, guys, is not for the underdeveloped nose. This is hard, to gift somebody. There's a gazillion notes that build this fragrance, the rich, mature, tons of spices. There's cinnamon there. There's also going to be an incense note in there that's going to come across as smoky. So this is multifaceted. There's a lot of pages that you're going to experience with this. This is not the sort of fragrance that you can buy saying, I just love florals and that's it, because it just transitions from one stage to the other, all the while remaining thick, strong, heavy, and long-lasting. It's complex and it screams winter vibes because of that. Mature as well. Unless, of course, like I said, you know that you're gifting this one to somebody who has an experienced nose, or you personally love very heavy fragrances. It's the first one on the lineup, guys. It's called Passion from Elizabeth Taylor. There is one that I've been on a hunt for a while now. The yellowish juice in a bottle that looks like a round bottle like this one, but with like creases on it. The price for that fragrance, but how I wish I had it to complete my collection. So anyway, back to what we're doing here. Number two is going to be Forever. Now this is probably one of the most underrated Elizabeth Taylors on the market. However, it's one of the most crowd pleasing fragrances from her range. This is very relatable. It's a bright summery scent. It has a crisp accent to it. There's a bright apple here working together with a blackberry. It's a quintessential clean, easy, very easy, rich type of scent. The fruits in here, though coming across as clean and crisp and stuff, there is like a weight to this fragrance. I think maybe it's because of an airy violet, because in as much as it has like a lot of florals working in this fragrance, there is like an airy violet. I think that's the one that speaks the most, and then it dries down to like a musky tone there, a little bit of a powdery thing going on there. This you can gift any age group because the DNA in itself is very relatable, very likable, very crowd pleasing. There does not share what is mostly associated with some of the Elizabeth Taylor fragrances, from the range, because I think there is kind of like a staple within the Elizabeth Taylor fragrances that is kind of vintage-esque. So this is one that I would definitely recommend, Blind Buy Safe. It's called Forever from the house, and it's the second one on the lineup. Now, third on the list is a fragrance that I regret buying in a mini size. You guys clued me up when I did a video on my second channel, Seed Chronicles Talking Sense. In case I didn't say, guys, and you knew, I do have a second channel called Seed Chronicles Talking Sense. I should actually be calling it the first channel. I don't know why I always call it the second channel, because it is the mother to this channel. We do a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances on that channel, and I did feature an Elizabeth Taylor range before, but I didn't have this one. And a lot of you said, get violet eyes, and now I understand why, guys. But it's not a lost cause. These are very easy to access in South Africa, so I'm gonna just buy a bigger size of this. Let me spray it on this box, because I've been testing it on the box anyway, ever since I bought it. I've been, just spraying it on the box. Okay, this is very relatable in the sense that it's clean, it's fresh, it's floral. It does not have that mental shortcut of the Elizabeth Taylors. It kind of is doing its own thing. It just feels modern, like one of these fragrances that you will find in department stores, but it's not a shabbily done, fresh, clean kind of fragrance. There is a luxe feel to this gentle tone of a fragrance. It screams summer. It screams refined. Very nice, very nice. The only thing I think I'm having a problem with it for now, why I say for now is because I've just had this one for about 3 weeks in my collection, maybe a month pushing it, is the longevity. It doesn't last as long. But, you know, basing on this one, the fact that the DNA is not exactly the same, but they both scream summer to me. This one has got a little bit of some weight to it. Maybe this one matures to something or macerates to something that's better. I don't know. But for now, I like what I'm getting here. It just feels like your simple, everyday scent, an easy reach. Some may even call it a bedtime scent. It's not the sort that has a DNA that's going to give you a headache or anything like that. It just feels very nice, clean, and very crowd pleasing there. So it's called Violet Eyes, guys. Violet Eyes. The bigger bottle is in the white diamonds, you know, range, because this is off the white diamonds. I think it does say white. Well, it doesn't say white diamonds, but I know the bottle is in that of the white diamonds. Okay, so this is the third one, guys, on the lineup. I'm just putting it back there so that it doesn't roar and break. On the fourth slot, guys, is Rouge. Now, I think you can see by the dent of this fragrance. If you look at some of the fragrances here, you'll know the ones I like the most. Like this, look at the dent there. Look at the dent here. This is built around raspberry and pink pepper. But warning, guys, this is a fragrance that's bold. This is a fragrance that screams confidence. This is a fragrance that can easily wear you if you're not careful. It's loud. It's one of the best ones from the white diamonds range, and I'm not taking away anything from the original white diamonds, but I think from the new releases, because this one is a 2022 composition, if I'm not mistaken, they nailed this one, guys. It has a patchouli that ties everything and gives it depth, making this one potentially last 12 hours plus, depending on the number of sprays. But do take note that it is a fragrance that is kind of doing the most there. There is an indolic jasmine, you know, in this fragrance, as well as some other florals. It does have that underlying Modern Muse Le Rouge by Estee Lauder DNA, but amplified. Okay, so take that and multiply it by 3. You're gonna have that in this bottle. So one that I would absolutely recommend from the range, guys. And there's a fourth one on this list. And then we have diamonds and rubies, spices, roses. Okay, let's just spray this one. Yes, this has a soft body to it. You know, just smelling it like that, it comes across as very soft, like a very gentle type of presentation, which is something that is kind of contradictory to the notes themselves, because it lists roses, it lists spices, it lists woods, florals, a lot of florals if I'm not mistaken, but there is like a nectarous, peachy wrap up, you know, that nectarous wrap up to this fragrance that kind of makes it feel gentle. This is the one that's going to give you wafts of Lancome's Trésor. So if you're looking for a budget Lancome Trésor, it's not going to nail it. It's just going to give you like maybe 60% representation of that. Then this one is going to do it for you, guys. It's also one I'm going to say is mood specific, because in as much as it gives that soft tone, sometimes it can come across as being a bit pushy there, but sometimes it just comes across as that nectarous wrap up, like a very polite peach warm there, you know, with very gentle spice. So this I'm going to call mood specific. It's called white diamonds and rubies. Okay, white diamonds and rubies, and it's sitting on our number 5. And then we have the original white diamonds. I do not think that I would feel as though my collection is complete if I didn't have the original white diamonds. Undoubtedly, guys, this is the scent that put the Elizabeth Taylor fragrances, I think, in the limelight. And kudos to Elizabeth Taylor. Speaking of which, I think she's the proponent to most of these, you know, celebrities that are now making fragrances. She was one of the people, you know, that pioneered this celebrity fragrance making type of thing, you know, and she didn't play when it came to her compositions, because if you've used the Elizabeth Taylor, the original white diamonds, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a work of art, guys. I might not use this, but I just feel I just want to have it in my collection. So for those who haven't tried this fragrance, which are going to be very few people, I'm going to say it's built around florals, spices, aldehydes, think the cinnamon is doing the most in this, and an underlying citrus, okay? But it is in itself, whether the EDP or the EDT, a very heavy fragrance. So this is one that I would recommend. If you want to try the line from scratch and you don't have any, you could start with the original white diamonds. And some of the white diamonds, fragrances borrow from this DNA. You're going to have wafts of that original DNA in them. So why I say this is one to test first. If you like this, you're most likely going to like some of them, not all of them. Like I said, Violet Eyes doesn't have that white diamonds kind of thing. But I'm going to say Luster has got a little bit of that going on in it. And there's going to be some that have just underlying wafts of that. So if you love this, you're probably going to get along with all of them. Okay, so enough said, guys, for the EDT of the original white diamonds, and this one is the 6th one on this list. And then we have Luster. I will always have this one in my collection. It doesn't matter whether I have 100 of them. This I will always want to have in my collection, guys. I think they nailed this one. This is a perfect nighttime scent, whether you're going out as a date night scent or you just want it for bedtime. It is a raspberry roundup of that white diamonds DNA, but without that white diamonds DNA taking over the moment. But you can tell that they're cousins in a way. They are white florals, guys, in this fragrance, and a touch of citrus. And then you're going to have that pair with woods and musk. This is a sweet, seductive scent that is slightly green, fruity, evidently fruity there, and with a touch, very light touch of citruses. This gives me also winter appropriate vibes, like cooler weather type of situation right there. However, you can even wear it in the heat. When it comes to wearing it in the heat, it just, is the sort of thing that you want to go easy on the number of sprays there, but it can do the heat. Lasts the whole day. This one lasts the whole day. So this is number 7, guys, White Diamonds Luster. On 8th position is Diamonds and Sapphire, guys. This is their fresh, clean, aquatic, floral, ozonic offering from the lot. Okay, so as you can see, the bottles are the same. I do not get particularly a DNA that feels as though it borrows from the original white diamonds, but some people may say they do. I actually get a yellow floral forward type of fragrance there. I'm not sure if it does have ylang, but it is like a yellow floral, roundup of a fragrance there. And then the aquatic tone weighs in there from the melon. There's a melon that puts like a watery, clean thingy in this fragrance, okay? And then you're going to have a fresh, grassy roundup to everything. This is going to appeal to people who love florals, bold florals, but not bold. I don't get a very loud, bold floral, but florals in general. I wouldn't gift this one to somebody who doesn't like green floral scents. The DNA is very close to my nose to Elizabeth Arden's Sunflowers, but I'm going to say Sunflowers outperforms this one. Whether it's the EDT or it's the EDP, Sunflowers definitely outperforms this one. This comes to my, this to my nose is a bit on the subtle side there, okay? So the greenness is not pushing it, the florals are not pushing it, but it is a green floral, right? So this is number 8 on the lineup. It's Diamonds and Sapphires. And then, guys, we have Diamonds and Emeralds. This, simply put, is a flower bomb, okay? This is a host of white florals. Jasmine, there's gardenia, tuberose, lily, there's lily of the valley. All the white florals you can think of, you have them here. There is carnation, magnolia, hyacinth as well, and then a dash of that nectarous, peach, and apricot. But to love this, you must love florals. I do get a little, it borrows just a little bit of that white diamonds DNA, just a little bit, right? But it makes it more about the floral, so you've got to love that. And this one has a decent staying power because it does use tonka to tie up everything. So lots of mixed florals happening there, a little bit of some vanilla in the finish there, but it is a flowery wrap up of a fragrance. White Diamonds and Emeralds is the 9th one on the lineup. Now, to wrap it up, guys, we've got White Diamonds Night. This I had high hopes for, but up to now I'm failing to kind of crack what they were up to when they made this fragrance. This is very uninspiring to my nose. This feels like just an addition that they just had to put there, maybe for the sake of having a black bottle within the mix. I don't know, and it just feels like a lazy offering that they just had to put there for the sake of maybe adding more and more to the collection. White Diamonds Night to me does not say anything. It just feels like a fruity wrap up of a patchouli with that apricot, that maybe peach as well, some citruses, and it's just there. It just feels like a lazy celebrity scent where you see it, you identify the celebrity, you're so happy, you think, oh my God, I'm going to get the best fragrance ever, and it's just there. It's just it's not saying anything. It doesn't even communicate to me as a night scent. That's the weird thing about it. It's just a wrap up of just a fragrance. It just feels like a money grab. Basically, I could be wrong, but my nose just fails to pick anything out of this fragrance, guys, and that's why I made it the last one. I'm not going to declutter it. I would love to actually add more to my Elizabeth Taylor collection so that I can keep up with whatever it is they're doing, but I don't know why they did this one. It's slightly sweet, slightly floral, slightly everything about it is just mute, but it's there, guys, and it says night, so it is what it is. So that makes the 10th one, guys, on this list, and the last one on the lineup. So that's a wrap, guys. Those are the 10 Elizabeth Taylor fragrances within my collection. Let's meet in that comment section where we discuss about this particular Western Wednesday edition. And I know that my comment section is going to be boiling there because most of us, if not all, have come across somebody who has used Elizabeth Taylor, have used Elizabeth Taylor ourselves. Maybe our parents used the Elizabeth Taylors there. As I said, she was one of the pioneers, of the celebrity fragrances there. So her fragrances are known worldwide. So let's talk about them in the comment section. And while you're at it, do make sure to turn on post notifications on both my channels, which is C Chronicles Talking Sense, as well as this one. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video, guys. Meanwhile, like and share this one. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.